Hey, what's up, you guys? Really quick before today's video starts, I just want to let you know that there is a brand new podcast up right now. We interviewed Daniel Franzese, who you know from Mean Girls. He played Damien, who is my spirit animal, and it was really funny. We played games, we talked about Lindsay Lohan, we talked about Mean Girls, all these cool behind-the-scenes stories. So go check it out. I will put the link down there. It is on iTunes if you just search Shane and Friends podcast. It's also soundcloud.com/Shane and Friends. All right, enjoy the video. Bye. Hey, what's up, you guys? Yes, the scary music means one thing. It is time for us to talk about conspiracy theories. Now, I haven't done one of these in a while, mainly because I just haven't really encountered anything that kind of blew my mind until now. I was listening to Jenna Marble and Julian's podcast, and they started talking about the Berenstein Bears theory. And I'll get into that in a minute, but it literally opened up my brain. Well, it literally destroyed my brain, threw it on the walls, and lit it on fire. So first, I'm going to start with the Mandela effect. Now, obviously, Nelson Mandela is a big historical figure, but his name is part of a conspiracy theory called the Mandela effect, which basically means we all remember something that is not real. Like, we all remember a certain thing about the past, or a certain event, or a certain whatever, and for some reason, it didn't happen. Or it didn't happen the way we remember. One theory for this is parallel universes, but I'll get into that in a minute. Let me give you an example. First of all, the Berenstein Bears. Now, obviously, the Berenstein Bears were a really fun book series when you were a kid. I know I read all of them, and I was a huge fan. And it's always been the Berenstein Bears. To me, you know, I-E-N at the end of the Berenstein. That's what I saw. And then I found out that no, all these years it's been Berenstain Bears. That's bullshit. Are you kidding me? I was their biggest fan. I was like a bearaholic. And the fact that it was Berenstain, and for some reason my whole life I thought it was Berenstein, means that there's something wrong here. And this is something that everybody I have talked to in my life remembers as Berenstein. So one thing that a lot of conspiracy theorists say is that at some point in the past, like 20 years, our universe went into a parallel universe. And little things have changed, but we still remember the things from our other universe. So like in our other universe, it was Berenstein Bears, but then something switched and it all changed. Kind of like when you watch one of those time travel movies and somebody goes back in time and like kills a butterfly, and then 100 years later, there's no butterflies anywhere. And everybody's like, what were those things called? Do you remember, like, butterflies? No, those never existed? Weird. Just like that, except with bears and their cartoons. I don't know. But this isn't the only thing that people are calling a Mandela effect. I'm going to give you a list of a few of them that freaked me the fuck out. This woman. Do you know her name? I've always called her Barbara Streisand. No. Her name has always been Barbara. Who the fuck spells their name like that? That's not a thing. No offense to all the Barbaras out there, it probably is a thing, but for Barbara Streisand, she's always been Barbara Streisand to all of us. And now for some reason they're trying to tell me that her name has always been Barbara. Mandela effect. One fun thing is that the word definitely is the most misspelled word in the whole fucking English language, and I spell it wrong every single time in a text message, and it always has to change it. So some people are saying, well, maybe in the other universe it definitely was spelled that way, and that's how we all remember it. Or we all just suck at spelling. Now, a lot of people also remember celebrities dying, but they're still around. For example, Henry Winkler from Happy Days. People remember him dying during the filming of the show. A lot of people remember that. A lot of people remember Betty White dying like 10 years ago. I mean, Betty's probably like, wait, what? She's still working, but a lot of people remember that. I'm sure some people remember me dying. I'm surprised I'm not already dead. I'm close, but I'm not dead. Now, you all remember that movie from years ago where Tom Cruise played a vampire. And the movie, as we all thought, was called Interview with a Vampire. Turns out, no. It's been Interview with the Vampire the whole time. Even when you Google it, Interview with a Vampire comes up first. So obviously, we all remember it as that title. Similar to Sex and the City. Oh, what was that? Sex and the City? No. It's Sex and the City. What the fuck? And I know a lot of people are like, well, that could just be something that people have just kind of mistakenly said, but how come all of us have mistakenly said it? And those are two very popular things. Sex and the City was on for like 1 billion years, and we all call it Sex in the City. Another example is that everybody remembers the scene from Star Wars where he said, Luke, I am your father. It's like the most quoted scene of all time. I'm about to blow your guys' minds.
Obi-Wan never told you what happened to your father.
He told me enough. He told me you killed him.
No. I am your father.
What? Hello? Are you kidding me? Literally, Luke, I am your father. That is on shirts. People walk around and go, Luke, I am your father. That was actually really good. But this whole time it's been no I Am Your Father? How did we all fuck that up? Parallel universe. Now, one that really freaked me out was Mr. Rogers, because I loved Mr. Rogers as a kid. We all know the song. It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood, a beautiful day in the neighborhood. We all know that song. It's kind of creepy to think about me singing that right now for some reason as a 27-year-old, but whatever. Turns out, we've been wrong the whole time.
It's a beautiful day in this neighborhood, a beautiful day for a neighbor. Would you be mine?
Yeah, it's a beautiful day in this neighborhood. I've never sang it like that. I've never heard anybody sing it like that. My mom used to sing me that song every day and she never sang it like that. So how can we all remember it as the neighborhood? Now listen, I know a lot of those are stupid and a lot of people could be like, oh, come on, it's just people fucking up words, which might be true. There's a lot that kind of makes sense to me. I mean, the whole theory of parallel universes and the whole theory of, well, it's not even a theory, black holes exist. All of these things, like the universe is so huge. There's so many planets, so many galaxies. The fact that like our planet, our universe could have went through a black hole, could have got shifted off of its path, that could have happened. Think about it. What if in some other universe, Shane Dawson was funny? So I'm gonna keep searching for more Mandela effects because they're really fun for me. They freak me the fuck out. I love to text friends and family and be like, send them like a picture of Barbara Streisand and be like, hey, what's her name? And then they'll write back Barbara and I'll be like, no bitch, Mandela effect. Try it with your friends, it's really fun. And leave me some comments down below. Tell me what you think. Do you think this is bullshit? Do you think it's real? Did you agree with any of mine? Have you always called it Berenstein? Have you always called it Sex in the City? Let me know. Also give this video a thumbs up and subscribe. I make new videos every single day. And I will see you conspiracy theorists tomorrow. Bye. He controlled his gags, and Phil loved it. Oh, I'm gonna come, Phil exclaimed. And then he exploded inside of Dan's mouth. The substance went right down Dan's throat. The substance? Oh, what does that mean?